Hi, this is Shaheen. Today I'm going to show you how to make my favorite soup, and it's called Hungarian mushroom soup. It's really rich and delicious and has a bold flavor. So let's get started. These are the ingredients that you'll need to make it. You will need all-purpose flour, fresh or dried dill, chopped onions, lime juice, mushrooms. I prefer the baby bellas. You can use vegetable stock or chicken stock, homemade or store-bought, some butter, salt, pepper. I use chili powder, but you can also use paprika, soy sauce. I prefer the low sodium kind, and some sour cream. You'll heat a heavy bottomed pot and melt 2 tablespoons of butter in there. Once your butter is melted, add in 1 large onion. For me, it amounted to a little over a cup. Whatever size your onion is, it's okay, just put it in. It'll all be great. I like to brown the onions just a little bit for 2 minutes or so that they get a little soft, and this way my older son can't find them in there because they're cooked. After about 2 minutes, you'll add your mushrooms. I do like the baby bellas or the creminis. They come already sliced. You'll put those into the pot, mix them up with the onions, and let them cook down for 10 to 15 minutes, stirring upon interval. Here they are after about 5 or 6 minutes of cooking time. You can still see a little bit of liquid in the pot. The mushrooms still look a little wet, so I did continue to cook them another 4 or 5 minutes. Here they are after that 4 or 5 minutes, and you could see that everything has dried up really nicely, and they have started to stick to the bottom of the pot a little bit. I always say that's great. It will add a great flavor to whatever you're cooking. Now we're going to add the chili powder along with the all-purpose flour. I just like to put the two together and then sprinkle it over the onions and the mushrooms evenly. Basically, we're creating a roux here. It's what you create to thicken soups or to make a cheese sauce. We are going to stir it now and coat all the mushrooms and the onions. And we'll cook it for a good 1 to 2 minutes. This will help to ensure that that flour taste is all cooked out and doesn't taste like flour in the finished product. At this point, when you're stirring, you'll see that the texture kind of gets a little gooey or gummy. Don't worry about that. It's all going to work out in the end after you put in your chicken stock or your vegetable stock. So this is how it looks, but just don't worry about it. Continue to stir and cook it for 1 to 2 minutes, and you should be good to go. After the 2 minutes, we're going to add in our liquid. I do like to use this unsalted vegetable stock. Sometimes I have chicken stock at home that I've made, and I'll use that. It's up to you, whatever you like. This one is a 4-cup container, and that's exactly what we need. If you had, say, 2 cups of chicken stock, you can add that, and then add 2 cups of water, or whatever it takes to get to the 4-cup mark. First, I add just about a cup of the stock and stir it really nicely, mix it in with our mixture, and get all those little brown bits out of the bottom, which will give great flavor to our soup. After that, I do add in the rest of the stock. After adding the stock, I add in the soy sauce. The recipe does call for 1 tablespoon only, but I found that for my Indian tastes, I do like the 2 tablespoons. It makes it deeper and richer. Now you'll add in the dill. I add a lot less dill than what is called for in the recipe. I had some fresh dill, which I put in the freezer, so I just took out a couple of pinches of that, maybe added up to about a tablespoon's worth, and added that in. And you give it a good stir, and then bring the soup up to a boil. Off camera, I added in the salt and the pepper and gave it a stir. You can add it before boiling or after boiling, it really doesn't matter. I love the color of this soup. Just give it a stir and let it come to a boil like this. Once it does come to a boil like this, you will reduce the heat and then you let it simmer on a low flame for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, the color gets even deeper and richer. You want this dark brown color. We are going to now add in sour cream. So once, like this dark brown color, some people might not like it so much, but we will add the sour cream in and it'll lighten up the soup a little bit. I always like to temper yogurt or sour cream when I put it into the soup or into a gravy that I'm cooking. I did temper this really well with the hot soup. However, when I put it in, it did separate anyway. I've never used this brand of sour cream before, so it could be that that was the case. Either way, even though it separated and may not have looked as presentable as it usually does, the taste was very good. So in case you use sour cream that separates, don't worry about it. It will all be okay in the end. Here I am trying to break down those bits of sour cream, but it's not working. If it really does bother you, say you're serving friends, you could take an immersion blender and just blend it all. You won't have bits of mushroom anymore, but you also won't have the sour cream. Now you can add in a good splash of lime juice or lemon juice. I always have limes, so that's what I added. Your Hungarian mushroom soup is ready. You can serve this on a cold winter's day with some bread or some crackers. I hope you enjoy the soup as much as I do. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click like below, subscribe to my channel for a lot more videos, and to see what else I'm up to, you can look at all the different social media that I'm on. Thanks, and see you again soon. Bye!